Hello everyone, this is Taco from bigheadtaco.com, and I'm coming to you here from East Vancouver. This is Lord Strathcona Elementary School, one of the oldest elementary schools in Vancouver, and it's going under a major renovation. The front gate just happened to be open, so I snuck in and I'm going to shoot this video. Perhaps in a minute someone will come out yelling and tell me to move, but I like it down here. It's very close to Chinatown. We're just about a block out of official Chinatown, and I'm here to do a midpoint review of the Fujifilm X-Pro 2 and as well as the X70, which is right here in my bag. When you have a camera that's so focused on taking pictures, it's hard to go to a camera that's more like a point and shoot. Now, if I only had the X70 to shoot with, then I would treat it just like my Ricoh GR, and I would take this as a serious shooting machine. But with a camera like this, it is really hard to shoot with a camera like this. A lot of it has to do with just kind of finger real estate, which we'll talk about in a minute, but let's just focus on the XPro 2 right now. So one of the things I noticed is, first of all, when you shoot with a camera with an LCD back and you use the back, don't have polarized sunglasses, because at least with this screen I can't see what's going on. So let's just take off these glasses here. The XPro 2, the biggest thing I've really noticed shooting with the XPro 2 is the increase in resolution. I find that using the older 16 megapixel X-Trans sensor that's been on the X-T10, the X-T1, the X-E2, the X100T, great sensor, and because there is no AA filter, the randomized pixels on the X-Trans sensors really increase the resolution of a 60 megapixel sensor, maybe something closer to 20 or even 24 megapixel. This new X-Pro 2 has a 24 megapixel sensor, and Fujifilm is claiming that you're getting almost 36 megapixel equivalent in terms of sharpness and resolution, because again there is no AA filter. Now, I don't have a 36 megapixel camera to compare it with, but I did have a chance to compare it with 24 megapixel full frame sensors, and I can tell you that definitely this can out-resolve 24 megapixel for full frame sensors. And one of the things that people were worried about was the image noise coming from a smaller APS-C size sensor versus full frame. And you know, all things being equal, yes, full frame should do better in high ISO performance, but often we're comparing different brands with different sensors, different processors, different technology, and because of that, it's really hard to get a level playing field. And because of that, this X-Pro 2 with the new the processor, the Pro processor, I could tell you the noise performance on this is fabulous. In fact, with the Fujis, I would usually shoot ISO, the older ones with the 60 megapixel sensor, I would shoot between ISO 800 and 1600 as sort of like the standard, so I can shoot at f5.6 or f8 during the day. I'm comfortably shooting at ISO 3200 regularly, and I have no worries. And as I zoom in, I'll post some pictures, as I zoom in to take a look at how the noise starts to appear on the X-Pro 2, especially when I convert it over to black and white, so you don't see color noise, but you're just sort of seeing the pixelation kind of noise. And I find it's looking more and more like film grain. Now, it's not film grain, of course, but it's not horrendous. I actually kind of like the look. And the new X-Pro 2 allows you to add sort of the film grain. I personally, I would rather just shoot at higher ISO, so 3200, and naturally get sort of a, I guess what they would call a weak film grain look. And I find I'm very comfortable shooting like that. I always liked the form factor of a rangefinder style. Just a lot of it has just to do with the look of it. Now, comparing it to X-T1, a lot of people have been asking about, should I sell my X-T1 to get the X-Pro 2? If you're only concerned about the image quality, meaning the resolution, the sharpness, high ISO noise, those sort of things, yes, of course, because this is the third iteration of the sensor, it's the third iteration of the processor, it's going to be better. But of course, the X-T1 has a few things over the X-Pro 2, which is the articulating screen, if that's something that you use often. It still does have a larger magnification electronic viewfinder. This thing is the hybrid, but many people won't shoot in the optical viewfinder mode, so that's just, you're paying for a feature that you're not going to use very much. And as well, it has an SLR form factor with the optional bottom battery pack and vertical control grip, which my guess is you won't have this on the XPro 2 because it is a rangefinder style. It'll look odd with a vertical grip on it, and I don't see the connectors in the bottom that will allow for vertical control grip. So they're probably not going to make one. If that's something that you really want to use, stick with the X-T1 until it is replaced with the X-T2. And maybe it will even be called the X-T2 Pro. Maybe they'll have 2 different versions. I don't know what Fuji will do. So that's all I have to say about comparing the XPro 2 with the X-T1. I've been getting some unusual questions like, how does this compare to the Leica Q? 2 completely very different cameras, other than the fact that they are both 24 megapixel. Yeah, just very different cameras. So Leica Q is very specific. It's a glorified large point and shoot. You can't change the lenses, AF speed and things like that. They're both very zippy, fast cameras, but yeah, very different. If you can afford a Q, then go ahead. But for my money, I would get XPro 2 and interchangeable lenses with that type of money. That's what I would do personally. But if someone gave me a Leica Q, then of course I would accept it. So that is just so far my mid-view review of the XPro 2. I mean, there's so much to say that I can't say it all now. Look for a full review, as well as I'm probably going to have a guest reviewer with me when I go over this camera in detail more. Alright, let's move on to the X70. This is a great camera. Lots of people have been talking about this, and initially, you know, it is very similar to the Ricoh GR, but I find that with the Ricoh GR, if you're a GR fan, you're pretty much a GR fan. People have been asking me, should I upgrade? You know what? Very different. I mean, they're very similar in many ways, but very different in other ways. I find that when I have the X70, I love it when I'm with my wife, or I'm with my nieces or nephews or family. Being able to do the selfie mode, doing group shots, putting this on a tripod and be able to see the group, or even doing video and being able to remotely release the shutter or remotely being able to start video, that's actually a really great feature. So this is very family friendly with the articulating screen. The Ricoh GR, to me, is a very honed-in street photographer type camera. It has features like snap focus, and also the ergonomics. There's a lot of space in here for people to be able to use and manipulate. It's very comfortable to shoot all day. This camera, because it's so compact, and also it's a two-handed operation, the aperture and focusing is here, and your thumb space is very limited here. It's not as comfortable to shoot all day, but this is a great camera. If you are within the Fujifilm ecosystem, this is a great take everywhere camera. And the biggest question I've been getting from people is really about if they should shoot with the X100 or X100T versus this. Now again, the sensor and the processor is the same, but still very different cameras. Really, if you like shooting like this, you're not gonna enjoy shooting with this. You're gonna almost naturally want to. There are some photographers that cannot shoot without looking through a viewfinder, and that's just their style has grown that way, and they were used to shooting that way, and they just cannot learn to shoot like this instead. Stick with the X100T. It's only a little bit heavier than the X70. It definitely is. It's not much bigger, but it is bigger. This isn't really pocketable anyways, unless you have a big coat pocket. This is still a fantastic camera. I know guys that swear by this over not only this, but even like a XPro 2. Leaf shutter, super quiet. Really great, even if you're a commercial pro photographer, this has the ability to take those type of shots. This is really, it's a great point and shoot, fantastic, great image quality, equal to the X100T. Mid review, so I'll again post some pictures I've taken with it, but it's a great camera. So anyways, that's it. Alright guys, the lighting is different, and the reason is because I was interrupted by these two fine gentlemen. Guys, come in here. You guys have to come in. Just sit on my left and right. Actually, if you sit, you're not gonna come in? Actually, you know what? Take a look. Can you see?
Yeah,
can you see? Can you see both of us?
Oh yeah, that's lower. Okay.
Lower, and are you gonna come in closer?
Okay.
All right, and then okay, if you come here, you'll fit in here as well.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, guys, introduce yourselves to the audience. Start this way here.
I'm Tyler.
Hello, Tyler.
Hi, I'm Skyet.
Skyet. How's
Yeah.
it going?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. What cameras you guys shooting?
Ricoh
GR.
GR.
Can you
Yeah.
show him the
Yeah.
GRs? Actually, I should grab mine too. So,
Can we do a click with you or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm reviewing Fuji mid-review, right guys? Especially the X70 here. So mid-review X70, I like it. Great for families, great for couples, selfie pictures. Thumb space is a little small, but basically it's kind of copying the GRs, right guys? What do you think? Trying to get into that marketplace?
Yeah, a little.
A little bit. I don't want to say anything bad about Fuji. This is a great camera, but I just happened to run into these two Ricoh guys.
user.
So
Yeah.
here I have my Ricoh. I'm gonna end this video early just to say, look, this is a great camera, takes fantastic pictures, better JPEGs than the Ricoh, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, better high ISO performance. Ricoh suck after ISO 800. It's not that great, unless you go to black and white, right?
Right.
Then it's fine, but color at ISO 1600 color noise on the Ricoh GR is not very good. Fuji is actually pretty good up to 3200, the color noise. So you want high ISO performance, this is it. But there's a lot of things about the Ricoh that everybody likes. So that's why I have mine, my special edition. But we all have the same generation, right?
Yep.
We have the GR5, unofficially people
five?
call it 5
Okay.
because it's the 5th iteration of the digital GRs. But it's just called the GR, right? You guys like your GRs?
Yeah, of course.
So these guys are shooting out with the GRs and they're walking past and they recognize my big head. So anyways, we're gonna finish off here. Thanks for unofficially joining me. And let's finish off with a click, guys. What do you think?
All right. Yeah,
All right?
of course. Yeah.
All right, so thank you for watching. We'll
Yeah.
talk to you soon. Happy shooting. Click,
Click.
click.
Okay. Click.
All right, that's
Yeah.
it. All right, so now let's look at the Fujifilm X70 as the other midpoint review. I've been having a lot of unusual comments. All right,
Sorry, man.
how's it going?
Good. I'm Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.